Breaking news for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA recipients. If you get any of these benefits, you need to watch this right now because everything is about to change. We're talking about big raises, major rule changes, and a completely new payment schedule starting in January 2026. Some of you will see extra money in your account. Others will face new requirements you didn't expect. And if you're not ready, you could lose benefits or miss out on thousands of dollars. This is not speculation. These changes are happening whether you're prepared or not. So if you depend on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits to pay your bills, stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what's coming, how much money you're looking at, and what you need to do right now to protect yourself. This is the information the government won't explain clearly, but I'm here to do it for you. Hey, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. This channel exists for one reason: to give you the real, honest updates about your Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits before anyone else. We don't do fluff. We don't do clickbait. We give you facts that actually matter to your life. Every single week, thousands of people on this channel get protected because they knew what was coming. They planned ahead. They didn't get blindsided by changes or rules they didn't understand. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I've spent the last several hours digging through official Social Security Administration documents, SSI policy updates, SSDI guidelines, and VA benefit bulletins. Everything I'm about to tell you is accurate, current, and it affects your money. It affects your peace of mind. Before we dive in, I have to ask you this. If you're receiving any federal benefits, if you're a senior, if you're disabled, if you're a veteran, hit that subscribe button right now, not later, right now. Because next month, there will be another update. The month after that, another one. And when you're subscribed, you'll never miss the information that protects your income. You'll get notified instantly. That's the whole point of this channel. You're not just watching a video, you're joining a community of people who refuse to get caught off guard. Now let's get into what's actually happening. Let's start with the news everyone wants to hear: the money. For 2026, Social Security is announcing a significant benefit increase. We're not talking about a tiny bump. We're talking about a meaningful raise that will show up in your monthly payment. Here's what you need to know. First, the official COLA, that's the cost of living adjustment, for 2026 has been calculated by the Social Security Administration. This is the percentage increase applied to everyone getting Social Security benefits. This increase is based on inflation from the previous year and is legally mandated every January 1st. Now here's the thing. The exact percentage is determined by data released in October. The 2026 COLA reflects inflation changes from July 2024 through July 2025. Based on current economic indicators and the data we're seeing, many experts are projecting a COLA somewhere between 2.4% and 3.2% for 2026. Some analysts suggest it could be as high as 3.5%, but we're waiting for the official October announcement to confirm. Let me put this in real dollars, because that's what matters to you. If you're a typical retired worker getting about $1,900 a month right now, a 3% COLA increase means you'd see your payment go up to about $1,957. That's an extra $57 a month. Some of you get more, some get less. It depends on your work history and when you started collecting. But here's what's even more important. If you're receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income, or SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, you're getting that same raise. It's not automatic, though. Let me explain. For SSI recipients, this increase is huge because SSI has a federal benefit rate, which is the maximum amount the government will pay you each month. Right now, that rate is capped at $943 for an individual and $1,415 for a couple. But come January 2026, that federal benefit rate is going to increase along with the COLA. If you're receiving SSI and you're at or near that maximum, you'll see your payment go up. For someone receiving the full SSI benefit right now, we're talking about an increase of $25 to $35 per month, depending on the final COLA percentage. Now, for SSDI recipients, it's the same mechanism. Your benefit payment is tied to the average wage index, and it increases with the COLA. If you're on SSDI and receiving $1,500 a month, that same 3% increase means you'll get roughly $1,545. That's $45 more every single month. I know that might not sound like a lot to some people, but for someone living on a fixed income, for a senior paying for medications, for a disabled person paying rent, for a veteran trying to stretch every dollar, an extra $45 to $60 a month is real money. That's groceries. That's medication. That's the difference between making it and struggling. But wait, there's more. If you're a veteran receiving VA disability benefits, there's another update. The VA announced that disability benefit rates are also increasing for 2026, and this increase is separate from Social Security. VA disability ratings are adjusted annually, and the 2026 adjustment is being finalized right now. Early reports suggest this could be between 2.8% and 3.4%, very similar to what Social Security is seeing. So if you're a veteran receiving $3,600 a month in VA disability benefits, you could see that increase to approximately $3,700 to $3,720. Again, that's real money in your pocket. Here's the emotional reality of this. These increases are recognition that the cost of living is going up. Your groceries cost more. Your utilities cost more. Your medical care costs more. The government is finally acknowledging that with these raises. But it's also recognition of something deeper, that millions of people depend on these payments to survive, and that dependency is real. Now, here's where things get complicated. With these benefit increases comes new rules. And this is where you need to pay close attention, because these rules could affect whether you keep your benefits or lose them. Change number 1, updated earning limits for 2026. Let's start with work incentives and earning limits. This one primarily affects people on SSI and SSDI who are still working or trying to work. The substantial gainful activity level, or SGA, is the amount of money you can earn while still receiving SSDI. If you earn more than this amount, the Social Security Administration may determine you're no longer disabled and could terminate your benefits. The SGA limit changes every year, and for 2026, it's being increased. In 2025, the SGA level is $1,550 per month. For 2026, that's going up to approximately $1,610 to $1,630 per month. Now, this sounds like good news. You can earn more and still keep your benefits, and in many ways, it is. But here's what you need to understand. If you're on SSDI and working, Social Security is going to scrutinize your earnings very carefully starting in January. They're implementing stricter tracking of work activity. If you're earning close to that SGA limit, you need to document everything, every hour, every payment, every deduction, because if you cross that line, the entire evaluation of your disability status gets reopened. For SSI recipients, there's also a change. The SSI resource limits, the amount of money and assets you can have while still receiving SSI, these are not increasing in 2026. They're staying the same. And that's a problem. Here's why. The current resource limit for an individual is $2,000. For a couple, it's $3,000. These limits haven't changed since 1989. That's 37 years. Meanwhile, inflation has made everything more expensive. So that $2,000 limit now buys a fraction of what it used to. If you have savings above $2,000, you lose SSI. A car beyond a certain value doesn't count. Life insurance could disqualify you. A modest inheritance, you could lose benefits. The Social Security Administration has proposed a change to these resource limits for 2026, but it's not finalized. Some advocacy groups are pushing for an increase to $3,000 for individuals and $4,500 for couples. But as of now, nothing is official. You need to be aware that these limits might change, and you need to know what counts as a resource. Change number 2, revised Medicare rules and premium adjustments. If you're receiving Social Security and you're on Medicare, there's a critical change coming. Medicare Part B premiums are increasing in 2026. Currently, the standard Medicare Part B premium is $174.70 per month for most people. For 2026, that's expected to rise to approximately $182 to $187 per month. That's roughly an $8 to $12 monthly increase. But here's the important part. For most people on Social Security, your Medicare premium is automatically deducted from your benefits. So your actual Social Security payment might go up with the COLA, but your net payment could be similar to what you're getting now if your Medicare premium increases eat into your raise. For someone getting a $57 monthly increase, but seeing their Medicare premium go up $12, you only net about $45. Again, that's real money, but it's not as much as you might have expected. And there's another consideration. If you haven't yet enrolled in Medicare and you're turning 65 in 2026, the rules about enrollment penalties are getting stricter. If you delay Medicare Part B enrollment without a valid reason, you'll face a lifetime penalty of 10% of your monthly premium for each year you don't enroll. So if you turn 65 in 2026 and don't sign up right away, that penalty stays with you forever. This is not a small thing. Change. Number 3, new SSDI work incentive programs. Here's something that could actually be very positive if you're on SSDI and want to work. The Social Security Administration is expanding what's called the Impairment-Related Work Expense Program, or IRWE. This allows people on SSDI to deduct disability-related costs from their earnings before calculating whether they've exceeded the SGA limit. Things like a wheelchair, accessible transportation, personal assistance services, specialized equipment, these costs reduce your countable earnings. For 2026, the definition of what qualifies as an IRWE is expanding. If you're on SSDI and have been hesitant to work because you thought you'd lose your benefits, this is worth exploring. You might be able to earn significantly more than you thought and still keep your SSDI. But, and this is important, you have to actually apply for this. The SSA doesn't just grant it automatically. You need to contact your Social Security office, provide documentation of your disability-related work expenses, and have them approved. If you want to pursue this, start the process now, before January 2026. Change number 4, veterans benefit integration and new concurrent rules. If you're a veteran receiving both VA disability benefits and Social Security, there's a change you need to know about. Currently, most veterans can receive both their full VA disability benefit and their full Social Security benefit without one reducing the other. This is called concurrent receipt. However, Social Security is implementing new auditing procedures in 2026 to verify that people claiming both benefits actually qualify for both. Specifically, the VA and Social Security are going to be sharing data more transparently. If Social Security has you listed as a retired worker, but the VA has you listed as unable to work due to disability, there will be an investigation. This is not fraud prosecution, it's verification. Here's the practical reality. If you're getting both benefits, make sure your work history is correctly reported to Social Security and your disability status is correctly reported to the VA. Any discrepancy between the two agencies could trigger a review, and during a review, your benefits could be suspended, not terminated, but suspended, until it's cleared up. Change number 5, SSI and SSDI reporting requirements. Go digital. This is important, and many people don't know about it yet. Starting in January 2026, the Social Security Administration is transitioning many reporting requirements to an online portal. If you're on SSI or SSDI, changes you need to report, like a change in your living situation, your address, your income, or your resources. These used to be done by phone or in person at your local Social Security office. Now, they're moving to a digital reporting system. And here's the catch. If you miss reporting deadlines because you didn't know about the online system, or if you can't access the internet, Social Security could reduce or terminate your benefits for non-compliance. This is going to be a huge issue for elderly SSI recipients and people with limited technological access. If you're on SSI or SSDI, I'm telling you right now, get familiar with the Social Security online portal. Learn how to navigate it. If you don't have internet access, go to your local library. Go to your local Social Security office. Ask them to walk you through it. This is not optional. Now, let's talk about something that affects literally everyone when you're getting paid. Social Security, SSI, and SSDI all have different payment schedules, and the schedule is changing in January 2026 due to how the calendar aligns. This is critical because if you're budgeting based on the current schedule, you're going to be caught off guard. Here's how Social Security payments work right now. Retirees and disabled workers get paid on the 3rd of each month, the 4th Wednesday, or based on their birth date. It's complicated, but essentially, people born between the 1st and 10th get paid on the 2nd Wednesday. People born between the 11th and 20th get paid on the 3rd Wednesday. People born between the 21st and 31st get paid on the 4th Wednesday, but SSI recipients get paid on the 1st of the month, every month, always on the 1st. For January 2026, here's what's happening. First, January 1st, 2026 falls on a Thursday. This is important because if a payment date falls on a weekend or federal holiday, it gets paid early. So SSI recipients who normally get paid on January 1st will actually receive their payment on December 31st, 2025. That's the day before the month changes. This could throw off your budgeting if you're not ready for it. Second, the first Social Security disability insurance payments of January 2026 will go out on January 7th, 2026, because the 3rd is a Saturday and the 7th is the 2nd Wednesday. But the next payment after that follows the normal schedule. Third, and this is critical, February 2026 is when things get really weird. February 1st, 2026 is a Sunday, so SSI recipients will get their payment on January 30th instead. That means 2 January payments for some people and 0 February payments. If you don't plan for this, you could have a cash flow crisis. Let me break this down in a real-world scenario. Sarah is 68 years old and receiving Social Security retirement benefits based on a birth date of May 15th. She gets paid on the 3rd Wednesday of each month. In January 2026, that's January 21st. In February 2026, that's February 18th. Her payments are normal. Nothing changes for her. But Tom is 72 and receiving SSI. He gets paid on the 1st of each month. In January 2026, his payment comes early, on December 31st, 2025. His next payment after that doesn't come until February 1st, which actually arrives on January 30th. So Tom gets 2 payments in January, 1 late December and 1 late January, and 0 in February. If he's budgeting monthly, he's going to be short in February unless he plans for it. And Marcus is 55 and on SSDI. He has a birth date of August 10th, so he gets paid on the 2nd Wednesday of each month. In January 2026, that's January 14th. But because of the way SSDI payment cycles work, he might also see changes based on the new schedule. The point is, every single person receiving benefits needs to check their specific payment schedule for 2026. Go to socialsecurity.gov right now. Log into your account. Look at your payment schedule for the next 6 months. If something looks different, it probably is. Plan accordingly. All right, here's what you need to do right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Action 1. Verify your payment schedule. Log into your My Social Security account and check your payment date for January and February 2026. Print it out, write it down, share it with a family member who can help you remember. If you don't have internet access, call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. in your local time zone. Action 2. Budget for the schedule change. If you're like Marcus or Tom and your payment schedule is changing, adjust your budget right now. Don't wait until January and then realize you're short on money. If you normally get a payment on the 1st and it's coming on the 30th, that changes when you pay your bills. Adjust your due dates if possible. Talk to your landlord, talk to your utility company. Ask if you can move your payment date to the last day of the month instead of the 1st. Action 3. Prepare for the raise. When that extra $45, $60, or $100 shows up in your account in January 2026, I want you to be strategic about it. If you've been struggling to make ends meet, yes, use that money for necessities. But if you have any flexibility, I want you to consider putting some of it aside. Build a small emergency fund, an unexpected car repair, a dental problem, a medical bill. These things happen. That raise gives you a little cushion to prepare. Action 4. Update your benefit information. If anything in your life has changed, your address, your banking information, your income, your living situation, update it with Social Security right now. Don't wait until 2026. Any discrepancy between what they have on file and what's actually true will slow down your benefits when the new system goes live. Action 5. Understand the new rules. If you're on SSDI and working, or if you're on SSI, read through the new rules I outlined. I know they're complicated, but they directly affect your money. If anything is confusing, contact your local SSA office or a benefits advocate. Many nonprofits offer free assistance to people on these benefits. Action 6. Set a reminder for Medicare enrollment. If you're turning 65 in 2026, set a reminder right now on your phone or calendar. Medicare enrollment happens during specific windows, and if you miss your window, you face penalties. 3 months before your 65th birthday, you're eligible to enroll. Don't miss it. Action 7. Document everything if you're working. If you're on SSDI or SSI and you're working, keep detailed records of your hours, your income, and any disability-related expenses. If the SSA ever questions your eligibility, these records protect you. Keep copies of pay stubs. Keep receipts for any work-related equipment or services you purchase to accommodate your disability. Here's the bottom line. What I just explained to you is the information that protects your income. This is not something the government sends you in a letter. This is not something you hear about on the news. The media doesn't care about benefit schedule changes. But I do, and clearly you do too, because you're watching. This channel exists for one reason, to make sure you never get blindsided by your benefits. Every week, sometimes multiple times a week, I'm researching updates. I'm digging through official documents. I'm finding out what's changing before it happens. And I'm explaining it in plain English so you actually understand. When you subscribe to this channel, you're not just hitting a button, you're making a choice to stay protected. You're choosing clarity over confusion. You're choosing knowledge over surprise. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. I mean the bell icon. Click it. When I post the next update, and there will be another one very soon, you'll get notified immediately. You won't miss anything that affects your money. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. That tells YouTube and tells me that this content matters, that it's helping real people. That's why I'm here. And in the comments below, tell me, which of these changes affects you the most? Are you a Social Security recipient? Are you on SSDI? Are you a veteran? Are you on SSI? Let me know, because your stories and your questions help me know what to research next. Okay, so here's what you need to remember going forward. In 2026, your benefits are going up. That's real. You're getting a meaningful raise that reflects the rising cost of living. That's positive. But with that raise comes new rules. New reporting requirements, new work incentive programs, new payment schedules. And if you're not prepared, that raise could be complicated or even threatened by something you didn't know about. The key is being informed, being proactive, being ready. January 2026 is not far away. It's a few weeks from now. The time to understand these changes is not in January when they happen. It's right now, today, this moment. So take these actions. check your payment schedule, update your information, read the new rules, ask questions if you don't understand something, and remember, you're not alone. Millions of people are navigating these changes. Millions of people are counting on these benefits, and millions of people are going to watch this channel to stay protected. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next update. Stay informed, stay protected, and take care of yourself.